New Earth International presents Wellness Woman with your host, Lynnis Woods-Mullins. Here we are with Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond with your host, Lynnis Woods-Mullins, here on New Earth International.
Hello, everyone. Well, as they say, the show must go on. So here I am. For those of you who can see me, I'm actually sitting in my car because it is storming in Northern California. A storm just hit us, and I went to the local Starbucks or the local Panera to go ahead and do the show anyway. But when I walked in, everybody had the same idea. All my neighbors and everything are all sitting in Panera. So I decided to come back to my car because the show must go on and because I think it's really important for you to hear what we're going to talk about today. First of all, many, many thanks to the New Earth International Television Network and Radio Network, Rachel Love and her wonderful team for producing this fantastic show. I hope you're enjoying it, and you can show us how much you're enjoying it by subscribing to our network, and also by taking a look at our Facebook page and listening to this show. We broadcast live every Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Actually, I'm sorry, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Unless, like today, we have someone very special and we move the time a little bit. And that very special person we have today is Jen Polson. Jen Polson is an energy coach and also a wellness advocate for essential oils. And today we're going to be talking about something that I think all of us have experienced before. And that is when we are feeling tired, stressed, anxious, fatigued, and just feel like we've bitten off more than we can chew, and we can't seem to move past that. What can we do? Now, some people drink coffee, been there, done that. Other people drop some kind of pharmaceutical, haven't been there, wouldn't do that. And others instead just kind of live with it and never get a chance to operate under their full potential because they're not taking good care of themselves. And remember, we've talked about this before, that it's important for us to enter into self-care and self-love so that we can continue giving, like we always do, to everyone else that we love. So what's the process? The process is to maybe take a look at some holistic practices that maybe you haven't considered before. And that's what we're going to talk to Jen about. So Jen, tell us a little bit about you and how you got involved in the art of working with people's energy levels.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's wonderful to be here. Lynnis and I have been friends for several years now, and you're just a blessing in my life. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome, sweetie.
I am a mom of 4 kids. Mm-hmm. I have been married for 23 years now, and I help people become more successful and more peaceful by working with them and really getting to the nitty-gritty of what is holding them back. And a lot of times we just have these blocks. A lot of them are subconscious belief systems that were embedded years and years ago before we even had any recollection of, what was going on in life, how we perceive our lives. And those belief systems can get stuck. And that's what I help people figure out and overcome, so they can just have more peace and joy and more success in their lives.
And I want to kind of clear up something in case people are understanding. Now, when you're working with energy levels, of course, part of that might be that people ultimately might have more energy, but it's more than just the idea of physical energy. Explain the difference.
Yes. Well, everything is made up of energy, right? So like an apple has energy, a tree has energy, even our thoughts and our beliefs have energy. Our physical bodies have energy. And so when we have low belief systems or negative belief systems, it can bring our overall energy down. And it can keep us feeling frustrated and angry and stuck. It can also keep us in negative patterns. Like you can see that with people like in their relationship patterns or patterns with money, patterns with their physical health. Those things all have an energetic belief system. And so as we, like, I love how you said, we're working on self-care. As we take care of ourselves, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally, it has an effect on everything. So yeah, there's that difference there. Our belief energy will affect our physical energy.
Yes, and as I've always said, when it comes to our overall wellness, it really is a system of taking care of things that concern the mind, the body, and the spirit. And definitely with our mind, definitely with our bodies and our spirits, there are all kinds of energies that are going in place in order to kind of work those things, to have them work together. So if there's anything that's off in that continuum, if you're not feeling well in your body, or if you're stressed and anxious and the mind isn't right, or if you're feeling unsettled in your spirit, then overall, you're not going to be well. And one of the things that's so interesting about Jen's practice is that she can help you go back to maybe other things that you're, like she said, that you're completely unaware of, that are causing these blocks, which in turn are causing you to feel anxious, depressed, stressed, causing you not to sleep well or to feel tired all the time. Now, there's another component that Jennifer works with in conjunction with the energy healing that also helps to facilitate not just feeling better, but overall wellness for your mind, body, and spirit. I mean, it's really amazing, this other piece. So tell us a little bit about how you use essential oils and how those can help people to feel overall better when it comes to their wellness.
Absolutely. I have discovered the power of essential oils, and you want to make sure that you have a really good quality essential oil that you're working with. So the claims, the claims that I make with essential oils, I use with doTerra specifically, because I know that they're very pure, pure quality, high quality. Anyway, so that's what I personally use. Mm-hmm. So what happens is our thoughts and our brains gets in these patterns like we talked about, and the essential oils have such a high vibration frequency to them that they actually help support, kind of rewire the brain patterns. And so while I'm doing energy coaching with people and having them release the old negative energy patterns, I love adding the essential oils into that because it helps support it and clear things and release those negative energies a lot quicker.
Yes, it's wonderful. I was just reading yesterday because I'm working on a course for caregivers and nurses when it comes to stress and anxiety and depression. And one of the things that I talk about is how that brain system, that olfactory system in our brain, really can help rewire the brain in terms of how we encode the world, how we react to certain stresses. There's a study that's going on right now in Virginia. And I was watching it on YouTube. Karen sent me the tape video. And what they're doing is using essential oils in the ER, diffusing them. And it's not only helping the patients, but it's helping the staff because they're feeling less stressed. In fact, they've had like 60% of the staff said they could feel something totally different when they walked in and they could smell this scent other than what they're used to smelling, because most hospitals, ERs especially, have this disinfectant smell or, and other kinds of smells sometimes too that aren't so pleasant. But when you walk into their ER, everybody's like, wow, what is that smell? Which is very unusual because normally you don't smell that way. But they say it has made such a huge change in terms of how people react, the staff as well as the patients. Now, some of the oils that they said they used were lime, citrus bliss, sweet orange, and lemon. For some reason, those particular oils, they're very pleasant citrusy smells. But when you're working with your clients, what kinds of oils do you suggest that they use in conjunction with your energy sessions?
I love that question. It's so exciting for me to teach this. So I work with a lot of entrepreneurs who come up with a lot of blocks and fears about talking to people, about speaking, about selling, about just being seen, and being more out into the public. Also work with people that have big teams. So there's lots of interaction going on, and sometimes there can be some drama. So some of my favorite tips that I teach people are, first, when you need to speak, like when you're teaching a class or you're giving some training, use lavender and put that right on your throat. Lavender is the oil of communication, and it helps you open up to the words that you want to say, and also it helps the other people be open to what you have to say. And I personally have used this just with my husband. Tell him. Sometimes, I don't know if anybody else has this experience, but we don't always communicate in the same ways, right? And so a lot of times I feel misunderstood, and I'm sure he does too. So, in relationships, sometimes we start to shut down a little bit if we're not feeling heard in the right way. And so I was like, well, I'm putting this to the test. I'm going to try it, with me. So for several days, I just put a little bit of lavender on my throat before he came home from work. And he wasn't putting the lavender on, but what I was noticing is that at the end of the day, he would start chatting with me, and he'd start telling me about his day more, and he started opening up more to me. And I just noticed it. I didn't mention it or anything because I knew what I was doing with my lavender, and so that can have you can have the same effect, with people that you're working with and the people that you're training. And can you imagine if you have a sales team and you've got everyone putting lavender on their throats before they're going out to make their sales calls?
Wow.
Powerful, right?
Wow, yeah.
So another of my favorite oils is cypress. Cypress is the oil of motion and flow. So a lot of times people will, get their day going, and they'll look at their to-do list of what they need to get done, right, for the day. They see the people they need to call or follow up with or contact, and there's something that just they have a hard time getting started. And so I recommend cypress, and you can just pour a little bit down, a couple drops down the back of your spine, and just take some deep breaths, and cypress down the spine is going to support you in moving forward and getting those things done.
Wow, isn't that amazing? Oils. Now, we talked a little bit about the essential oils, and we mentioned the energy sessions. What are those energy sessions like? What is it that you discuss? What do you do?
Well, what I do is I meet with my client, and at the beginning of a session, we just talk about where they're feeling stuck, in their business, in their relationships, in their health, with their money. And a lot of times we talk about the lies that they tell themselves, well, I'm not good enough to be successful, or, people don't listen to me, or people don't understand me, or people always leave me. I mean, there's lots of different, head talk that we have as we're going through our life experiences, and we talk about that, and we kind of get it all out. So it's not like traditional therapy in any way. I'm not asking what are your childhood experiences and your stories and all of that. We're mostly talking about, where are you feeling stuck? What is your head talk? And where do you want to go? How do you want to feel? How do you want to show up in your life? And then we go through this really simple, beautiful, powerful process of discovering where those blocks in your belief system are. And we do that through going through affirmations. And I'm doing what's called muscle testing. And we just muscle test. I have pages and pages of affirmations, and I muscle test all the numbers, of each affirmation. So I'm not looking at the affirmation and making a personal judgment. I'm asking that person's energy, which affirmation is weak, that will show us where the block is. And so by the end of the session, you have all these amazing affirmations that were once weak in your belief system, but by the end of the session, they're nice and strong. So you don't have to say them 100 times for them to, work. They're already starting to work.
Now, this is interesting. Now, I have had many sessions with Jen. She's been so kind to share this wonderful holistic practice with me, and it has made major changes in my life. And whenever I interview Jen, because she's been on my shows and now she's on my video show, I always ask her if she can give a demonstration of a session. Now, this is the thing that's so amazing, everyone who's watching and listening to this. It may sound like mumbo jumbo, crazy humble, but it's not. You will definitely experience a change. And the only way that I can really describe it is for you to actually do this with us. And you don't have to do anything, but just sit where you are. We have a couple of minutes. Jane, can you take us through a session just so people kind of see what it's like?
Absolutely. In fact, I have some affirmations here that I really feel like would benefit this group. So I want to reiterate that if you're watching this live or watching it as a recording, energy doesn't have any time or space constraints. So just be open, breathe when I say breathe, and allow any negativity from your belief system just release. So, okay. So my intention for this little mini session is just going to be to open people up to understanding or getting on the path to understanding their divine worth. I want you to know and believe in yourself, and also to know and believe that you're not alone, that the God or the divine or however, your spiritual beliefs take you, that there is spiritual help for you and guidance for you. And so many times we block that. So I want to open that up so that we can be full receivers of our divine help, which is ultimately where we want to get our power from and our confidence from. And then my other intention is to just clear any blocks that are in the way of you moving forward in your life, in your business, in your relationships, with your health, with your money. Just want to clear blocks around that. So everyone go ahead and take a nice big breath. And
take a breath, everybody. Take a breath.
Every time you take a breath, I just want you to imagine like anything negative leaving and love and light just coming in to replace that. So, okay, so the affirmations that we're going to clear today are, I am connected to being okay in each moment. I let go of compare and compete energy. I see how amazing I already am. All resources are available to me. I am flexible with life and schedule changes. The best options are always presenting themselves and always available to me. I am always standing in my power. I let go of excuses. I let go of the expectations I have of others and accept them where they are. I accept myself where I am. I am connected to my vision. I am connected to how I want to feel and show up in my life and my business and in my relationships. I am connected to moving forward and up-leveling. I am connected to my voice and my message. I am comfortable speaking up with love and confidence. What I have to say is valuable. A lot of times we don't view ourselves and what we have to offer as valuable, and that can really keep us blocked. Okay, I stand in love and gratitude in every moment. I am connected to success, and I let go of the fear of success. Okay, so take a nice big breath on that. Okay, good. So the next part of the session that we do is we clear any generational attachments to that. So sometimes our emotional heaviness and overwhelm comes from our own past and our own experiences, but a lot of times it's passed down from generation to generation. And we want to make sure that we can break free from the cycles, that are passed down from generation to generation and create new healthy cycles and patterns. So take a nice big breath, and we're going to release all the generational attachments to any of those affirmations. Good. All right, take a breath, and we're just gonna balance everybody's energy systems. I'm feeling a little lightheaded, and that just means that people are not grounded in their truth. So I want to connect everybody to be grounded in your divine truth, and it's the truth that comes from God, not from anybody else, not even from yourself. It's that divine truth. So take a nice big breath on that. And if you had essential oils with you, I would have you put patchouli around your ankles, because that's really grounding, and that helps ground you to your truth. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is just clear any additional false belief energy that's just hanging around. I'm just going to give that permission to go. Take another breath. Okay, good. You guys are doing great. I can feel a lot of energy shifting. You may feel really light and energetic after this work. You may have an emotional response that when you're letting the old stuff go, you may go through a little period of grief where you cry, or and that's okay. Whatever your response is, it's normal, it's okay. And just go with it, be okay with it, and let whatever's releasing just release. And just visualize yourself handing all that old stuff to God. He'll take care of it. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Just really quick, if it's okay, Lynnis, I'd love to share just a quick little visualization.
Yes.
I recently started doing. And I got this from Gabby Bernstein's latest book, The Universe Has Your Back. And that was so inspiring to me. And I started this visualization that she recommended, where every morning I just start my day out and I just visualize a beautiful basket sitting in front of me. And I visualize myself at the beach, because that's a really healing place for me. And I think about everything that I'm worried about. I think of everyone that I'm worrying about. I think about my business and the things that I'm, struggling with. I think about, just any old emotions that I'm hanging on to, like anger or resentment. I really go inside myself and be truthful of what I'm really hanging on to. And I put it all in that basket. And I just visualize, I visualize my angels or whatever, taking that basket away. I visualize that going to God. He's taking care of all of that junk, all of my worries, my doubts, and my fears. It makes so much room for me to be able to just move forward and be 100% present with my clients. It allows me to have more patience with my children. It allows me to show up better in my marriage. It allows me to have more compassion and forgiveness and love and inner peace. And when we have those things, everything else falls into place.
Yes, I love that. What a beautiful visualization. You know, in my course, Distress the Mess, I talk about starting your day in a positive way. Now, I want to make sure that I add that idea of visualization, because I also talk about visualization in general when it comes to releasing and reducing anxiety and stress. Being able to take yourself somewhere else that calms you or brings you joy or to helps you to focus. I have a house that I go to. Sometimes it's right off the beach, sometimes it's near a forest by a stream, but I've got these two houses. The decor and everything is just done. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and it brings me a sense of peace and focus when I go to one of my imaginary houses. I know that might seem a little strange, but let me tell you.
Love it.
These are the things, listeners and viewers, these are the things that really keep me from wanting to go play hopscotch on the freeway, okay? These are the things that keep me calm, the energy healings and the essential oils. Now, Jen, how can people find out more about what you do and get in touch with you? Because I know that you can help people virtually, just like you did just now.
Right. Yes. So please visit my website at jenpolson.com. So it's JenPolson.com. And when you register on my website, we will email you a free 30-minute session that will clear fear, worry, and doubt. It's really powerful.
That's wonderful.
So we would love to gift that to you. We have, you can check out, just some of the programs that we have. If you have any questions at all, please just write a section in our request a call, or contact us, and I will personally give you a call and answer your questions. Let me know that you saw this so I know where you're coming from, and I'd just love to talk to you and support you in any way.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jen, for being on the Wellness Woman Show. And for all of you, make sure you go to Jen's website and take advantage of this great information, because it literally will change your life. And for those of you who want to find out more about wellness in general, the different kinds of holistic practices that you can do to strengthen that mind-body-spirit connection, you can also go to my blog and just Google PraiseWorks Health and Wellness. That's PraiseWorks Health and Wellness, and all this information will pop up. My blog, I also have a brand new online class called Distress the Mess, and I talk about essential oils and all kinds of information of things that you can do from a holistic standpoint to reduce stress and anxiety and fatigue in your life. So please visit Jen's site and also Google me, PraiseWorks Health and Wellness, or Google Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond, and all kinds of information will pop up. Go ahead and sign up for my newsletter and sign up for my school. There's some free classes I have. There's one class in particular that goes along very well with what Jen's talking about. It's an abundance class. It's 7 holistic steps to abundance. It's totally free. All you have to do is click on the link, and there's all kinds of information on how you can increase abundance in your life, abundance of wealth, abundance of health, abundance of joy and peace. I take my own course just about every day. So it really does work. Thanks so much for listening, everyone, and for tuning in to the Wellness Woman Show. It's been great to have you, and we'll see you again next time.
You've been watching Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond with your host, Lynnis Woods-Mullins, here on New Earth Television.